Good morning, everybody. It's October now. I seem to have some type of a problem recording. I used the mute button on the controller and it seemed to work. Now it's seeming to be... sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So, apologize for that. That last little bit I was talking on the last video and none of it came through, so that turned into a fairly long time lapse and shortened the video pretty considerably. So, it is October. Sunflowers are... I didn't check, I guess. Should be ready this month. Yep, down here in field 9. This one we're going to go get if we can, but we still got 10,000 more to make. So, we will go sell these two and see where we're at. We're 90%, so it won't take many of those to sell. I'll go do that and probably not use the mute button on the controller and then turn it into time lapse. So, see you when we get done with that. So I do feel like we could use that guy, but it doesn't merge anything. So I think I'd rather not buy it. I mean, it's a fair amount off, but it doesn't merge it. I mean, I do like using that other rake. But I think for the 3 years, or 3 times a year, yeah, it'd be over 3,000. Just leasing. But this is my end goal. I want to get these guys. One of these. Not the swather. Well, I want to get the swather too, I guess. The mower. I want to get really these 4. Diagco with 3 attachments. That's going to be my main hay, grass, mowing, and then swathing to get the extra bonus. So I think I'm going to hold off on that guy. Plus, I'm only 4,000 away from what I need to do. That's the other field. Which, it's not far away. What's the crop calendar say for sunflowers? We do have next month. Alright, let's go do that. And that'll get us more than what we need. What else do we have for harvesting? Hopefully not the other one. Uh-oh, there's 9. That means we get moving before that gets done. Okay. We need to go move that first. Hopefully that'll hook up. Need to move the wrapper. Get the combine going. I think I might AI that. Oh, not gonna work. Okay. Get the case out. Looking dirty. Avoid this winter, we need to bang. At least it tipped over the right direction, I guess. Need to clean some stuff up this winter. at the combine again. Man, not doing very well today. There we go. So we're gonna have to watch that, have to watch that silage pretty close. Excuse me. As soon as that's done, we gotta rock and roll, getting a bale or two sold. Maybe a few more, I guess. Oops. What's the next field over? Gotta get a bale or two sold so then we can buy that other field. Because I don't think we're gonna get done with this guy before it's gonna want. We might actually play this a little bit on this side. I think we'll harvest some of this. Probably not all of it. We'll probably switch to AI eventually. Maybe do a green tank or so. While we let that silage ferment a little. We'll combine a little and see how we're doing, and we'll chat after a bit.
slip into a deeper trance.
It's 11:30. Be careful and stay awake.
Just a moment. I may be able to see more. Let me slip into a deeper trance.
He's dead!
No turning back.
How can you be so ungrateful?
He's dead!
We haven't got a chance right now.
Not now or ever.
The most dangerous criminal alive. Why not just kill him and leave him?
He's dead!
Tell me where he is. Tell me.
Alright. We had a very successful episode so far. You saw the silage come due. We went and sold all those bales, which allowed us to buy field 9. So then we finished that contract. We didn't finish the contract, I guess, but we completed all the combine activities and deliveries. And then we kept what we could there. Still have 4,000 in here, so that'll be 12,000 liters of sunflower. So that's all really good for us. I think now we'll put this guy back away. As you saw, I just set the case over there to 1070 to go lime that field, booster, and check our environmental score much right now, but try and boost that score as much as we can with some lime on that field. But for now, the combine should be able to just dump and go back to bed for the rest of the winter, basically, at this point. International didn't want to get the spreader out from underneath there, which I find slightly weird, but it is what it is. I guess we'll remember to use the case from now on and not the International. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll let that guy finish liming. Hopefully he's got enough. He's got 5,000 liters in there. We do have some more down in that building we can come grab if we need to. So once I get done parking the combine, I'll probably just run over there and see how he's doing for material. I don't want to have to go get more lime right now. I got to, but there you go. Put the combine in the shed for the rest of the winter now. That changes things a little bit. Right now, I think I'll probably plan on putting like oats in there. Again, that's a super high yielding field. Can't put wheat or barley in it right now. Could go with a soybean or a corn if I wanted to, but I think I'll plan on putting oats in there. And we'll see how the rest of the winter goes. If we get up into that 100,000+ range, we may end up getting that Agco swather. And then we can really start making some. I mean, we'd have a good good percentage boost on that, because I think swath and stuff, and which we'd have to buy another header for the combine. Don't get me wrong, but swath and stuff I think adds another 20% onto the yield bonus, so which equates to some straw bonus as well, which would be a win-win. So that's the plan right now. That's not the only thing I want to do. Alright, there we go. We're back up to 30. It's not the only thing I want to do, getting that. But, because I want to, I think, keep going up this row of fields. Let's see. Okay, this one doesn't look like it needs plowing. Alright, good. This guy needs plowing, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. So we'll keep an eye on these 3, maybe these 5, and see what they come up with next year for crops. If they're a crop we like. I didn't really like sunflowers, but I really do like the yield of those fields, so that's why I kind of went ahead and just did that anyways. But we made some progress absolutely today, and heading into the winter months, so we'll keep keep going to town on the lettuce. That's obviously something we gotta keep on top of. Water's at 8,000, so I think that'll last for the next month. But that's something we gotta, and it's paid for itself so far. So we need to probably put a water source up and get an actual wagon of ourselves instead of leasing it. Maybe we don't, I guess. We don't necessarily have to own the water wagon, but definitely getting something that's closer that we don't have to drive so far is going to be beneficial. So I think that'll be one of the next targets anyways, is putting a water source in, and I mean, we've got the money, we could do it now. I think we'll probably hang on. Why we didn't get that corner. Come on, Meow. We can do better than that. Yeah, somebody decided they were done, I guess. So, try and finish this guy up. He did have enough, that's good news. Still have 1,500 liters in there even, so that's good. We'll come finish some of these. Little spots up here. And since I think I want to put, I don't want to put oats in here. Pretty much done with this field, but like I said, I kind of wanted to just boost that environmental score on this guy. See any more little splotches anywhere? Yeah, getting that guy limed up. Hit this corner real quick. Getting that guy limed up. We'll go use the rest of that other tote that's down in there. I kind of like that for a home. And then that way it doesn't take up any more room with any of our other sheds, but it's kind of an interesting place to store it, but it kind of works. So we'll go back the spreader back into there. Oop, bang. Back the spreader back into there. Get it filled. So there's one more lettuce pallet. We're in a pretty bad month for lettuce. So that guy, let me sit there till next episode. I like to think I'm playing the game relatively above board. Obviously not completely, but because you wouldn't be able to leave that lettuce overnight, but my plan is to play it pretty accurately, and we'll sell stuff kind of as it comes up. Eggs will be another one at some point. This guy wouldn't mind to get out. I didn't mean to go tool around on her a little bit, but we'll see how that works. Got some ideas. We'll see how it, see how everything keeps going. But, and also so we had the first, which is kind of interesting to me. Unless we miss this little spot right here. Normally, when flowers start growing in the grass, it's ready to harvest. So I don't get it, but this should only be month 2, so it should not be ready to go, but we could potentially have, now that we have the other field as well, we could potentially have another silage run this winter yet. November, I think, is when the grass stops accumulating growth stages. So there's potential we could have some more silage, which would be awesome. I mean, with the new field, I mean, there's no reason we probably shouldn't. I mean, we got 10 this time. We could probably get 12 to 14 bales maybe. So it'd be all right. As we keep getting more fields, that little stretch of high yielding fields is going to become primarily my grains, as they yield super high, and especially if I get the Echo Swather. Those are probably going to be my grains. This little field here, I think next year we'll probably plant it again. But here soon, that's probably going to become a sheep and goat pen, or a chicken pen, depending on what we want to do. Out here, I think we'll probably keep with the other crops, the soybeans, the corns, the sorghums on these 2. Or if I turn into one, and we'll see. That's my thoughts with those 2. Then, as we keep going down that direction, we'll start, or one of these 2 may become a grass field as well. That's actually probably a more viable point. Right, the one close to the house. That one probably be a grass field, but once we get the sheep, goats, that'll take grass. Cattle, hay, obviously, and we'll go down the TMR route. Not gonna buy that. They may have to use hay for a little bit, but I mean, we've got most of the ingredients anyways. We got the hay, could have the hay, straw. Then there would just be a matter of buying mineral feed to make the TMR. Or silage, hay, silage, straw. Sorry, don't necessarily need mineral feed. Really only need that in the robot pens, which obviously, unless I absolutely strike gold somewhere, probably not putting the robot pen in for multitude of years. But we can go start mixing TMR pretty quickly. I'll have to get a mixer, obviously, but that's maybe not too far down the road. But we'll end up probably selling all that straw this year. I don't think we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna have cattle. And I don't know. Growing up, we always had just mostly beef cattle. I do kind of like the dairy though as well. So I think we'll probably mix it up a little bit with both. But I think some of these fields over here would be perfect for either some sheep, goats, or a beef cattle. Let's take a look at some of those. I know we have before, but that's 85. That's actually not a bad field. I mean, it's a good amount of area, so that's why it's cost so much. That's 84. 79. That's actually probably one of the worst fields here. 80. 80. 80. 82. 80. 80. These kind of have a slope to them, so I don't like those as much for those. 89. That's actually not a terrible field, but like I said, I think that's small enough. That's going to probably turn into something. That one will probably turn into something before these other ones, but yeah, I don't know. This guy's probably going to stay a field. Will just depend. But these other ones are definitely in line for fields. All 80s. Basically all 80%. So yeah, I mean these four, like I said, as we keep going up this line, keep making money, we'll keep trying to buy some fields, but it'll be a as they come type situation. And like I've talked, I don't want to get too far away from the home place. That combine's not real fast, so these are definitely here. These two, maybe three, but they're pretty good sized fields, so they cost a little bit of money, so those won't be in the near term. Check contracts real quick. I don't think there's a whole lot more in here I'm that interested in. That'd be cool, but not with our cultivator. That should make some more money, maybe. Got a few fertilizing, but not that intriguing. And now the fact is we're starting to get some more fields to work. So, but that's the goal: get more fields to work. That doesn't allow as much time for contracts and things like that. So we're definitely on the road. Hoeing, I would like to get a hoe at some point. I mean, we could congregate some workers at the home place and send them off and have them just go do the contract, and something comes up, we can send them on another one as well. So that's, man, those are some good contracts. We'll think about that, but I would like to maybe get a few more tractors here and there. We got three pretty good workhorses, or really one good workhorse and two that can do some stuff around the farm. As you saw with some of those silage bales, this 4020, even with the weight on it, it's a little tippy. So at some point, I think we probably need to invest in a new loader tractor that might be a little heavier, but we'll work through that as it comes. But well, I'd like to thank you all for joining in and watching. We're getting the farm up and running pretty good. At some point, we're gonna run out of space. This area may not be a bad place for another building as well. We'll see how that all plays in. There's a few different options that are kind of nice for buildings, but some of the things that we'll have to start thinking about here in the next few years is what everything looks like for the 360. There's 700, 2,000. That's a lot of chickens. 500. And that's not bad. 750 for that guy. Hey, that's not bad. $12,000. Hmm. 500 in that guy. Yeah, something like that might not be. That might be the ticket. We go get something like that. Take some of our field up, but we could put 1,000 there. 750. Ooh, that one looks actually pretty sharp, but I don't know. We need solar for the chickens. 2,000's a little much. I thought there was one similar to that that only had 1,000. That's 360. That guy doesn't actually look too bad. Where else can he fit? Not in there unless we think about taking, which we definitely could. We could take that tree down pretty easily. Not that. No, that's probably not gonna fit there then. But it doesn't require a lot of space. That might not be a bad. That might not be a bad possibility. Back him up to the neighbors so he gets the stink. That'll get him. That'll teach him. That might not be too bad of a deal there. That's where our eggs come out. We can tip it over there. Like I said, this has a little bit of an interesting slope though. So we'll keep an eye on some things and see how that goes. 79,000 bucks though. That's gonna be a bit. But we'll keep trucking away. But I'd like to thank you to coming to watch in October for Farmer Jay's Farms. We're getting some stuff going. Might have some more silage next month. That'll boost the bank account. We'll definitely have some more lettuce, so that'll be a good deal. And then we'll come into, December, January time frame where most of the crops will be ready to sell. Sunflowers, that's March, but our wheat, that'll be ready in December. Oats, December. Barley, December. All right, we got some good money coming in here in a couple months, so that'll be really nice. We'll be working into some money there, so for 13, 18, 31,000, roughly sitting at 37,000 bucks there, so if you would, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll move on in November. Thank you, everybody.